This is Manny Pacquiao. You're watching PhilippineNews.com.
Tropa, anong bagong balita? Truth Esguerra, PhilippineNews.com. Very special treat for you guys today. I'm over here at the Philippine News office in Burlingame, California, and I just felt like doing one of these, reacting to the recent fight, Albert Pagara versus Cesar Juarez. Definitely a very crazy fight. That's all I can say. From the get-go, this fight on paper, it looks like it's a good fight for Pagara. Like, Cesar Juarez was coming off 2 losses. Pagara was coming off a lot of wins. Is undefeated, coming off some knockout victories. So he was on a hot streak, and Cesar Juarez was on a losing streak. It kind of felt like this was a good fight for Pagara on paper, but if you just look at it like just who Cesar Juarez really is, this was definitely a dangerous fight from the get-go, and I felt that way from the very start. The one reason why was during that fight with Nonito Donaire, Filipino Flash, however you want to say it. With that fight with Donaire, like, Nonito punished this guy like really bad throughout the beginning of the fight. He hit him with so much power shots and dropped Juarez twice in the 4th round. You thought the fight was nearly done, but just like the Terminator, Cesar Juarez just kept coming and coming. This dude is like a robot, I swear. Like, he's like invincible for some reason. Like, he's immune to punishment. This guy is just, he was able to take all those shots and just go straight at Nonito and just kept going forward and gave Nonito a very big scare in his fight, because he was able to hurt Nonito and throw some damage at Nonito at the very end, making it a Fight of the Year candidate for a lot of people. So just by that fight alone, I felt that Pagara is going to have this big fight in his hands, a very dangerous fight in his hands, and it is very risky, and I felt this was a little too dangerous for him. So what I saw in the fight, Pagara did well. He did well. The first round, he was able to just use his distance. He was able to use his jab, and he was able to counter the shots of Juarez, because Juarez is a very slow starter. He starts slow. So Pagara looked really good in the beginning rounds, and he was able to drop Pagara was able to drop Juarez with a left hook. It was a counter left hook. Juarez was coming forward. He was able to drop him with a left hook, and people thought, hey, this is gonna be an easy fight. But Juarez, from what I saw, Juarez just got up, looked determined. He didn't even look like he was hurt. Was ready to go, and he kept going. So I had Pagara winning, you could say, probably the first 3 rounds of the fight, just by activity alone, and he was able to just land cleaner shots to Juarez, who Juarez was still trying to figure things out. And I really liked Pagara in the early rounds. He was able to throw some combinations in there. He was able to, stick his jab. He was able to do a lot of the fundamental things that makes boxers successful. And it kind of looked like it was going to be a good fight for him. But it all changed, man. Right on the fourth round, from what I saw from my eyes, Juarez was able to land several devastating body shots in the 4th round. And I believe that is when the fight turned. It was the 4th round. Juarez threw some amazing shots to the body, and it was consecutive. And from that part, I was looking at their faces, and I saw that Pagara, he felt like he was in pain, like he totally felt it, but he felt like, hey, you know what? I can still win this by going for the knockout, and that's what they told me too. Coach Ala and Prince Albert was telling me they really want to go for the knockout early because they know this guy's dangerous. And that proved to be, not just a dangerous strategy because you leave yourself open going for the knockout, but yeah, that proved to be like actually the downfall. I guess when Pagara just wanted to just land power shots on this guy and not really box him. That's how you fend off a brawler like Juarez. Is you definitely have to box him, use your footwork, and do not get trapped. And that's what happened to Juarez. He was able to trap Pagara in the ropes, was able to punish him, was able to land his power shots in there, and just definitely, take a huge toll on Pagara's body. And he was able to wear him down, until the 8th round. Actually, I felt like the fight could have been over the 7th round. I was watching really closely, and he was taking some major punishment in the 7th round, and I felt that the ref was about to stop the fight. It looked like it was. The ref looked like it was about to stop the fight in the 7th round, near the end, and I was like, "Whoa, this could be a real crazy one." And then as soon as the 8th round started, he just got knocked down in the 8th round. Um, Pagara, he just has to avoid those body shots, man. You have to use your distance. If you have a reach advantage, you have to use it. And he just didn't clinch, man. If Juarez is trapping you in your ropes, you have to hug him. You have to get rid of there because his body shots and his just power shots are just devastating. You have to just clinch and just definitely create some space. And I felt like Pagara, since he was the crowd was when it was a sold out crowd in San Mateo. More than 2,000 people were there, roughly 2,000 people according to TFC staff, and it was a sold out event. And it was, I would probably say, 95%, 90% pro Filipino crowd. He just wanted to look good. He wanted to go for the knockout, wanted to excite the fans, and the crowd was really loud. They were really enticed by having such a huge Filipino card of this magnitude in the Bay Area. So it was a really hectic crowd, and just to for Pagara to be there, main event, like a debut here in the Bay Area. He just wanted to put on a show, and I felt that's why he didn't want to clinch. He didn't want to play it safe. He just wanted to go for the big shots, wanted to gamble, and that is a huge, his huge downfall that backfired for him. But a lot of people are already writing off Pagara. They're saying, he's, they do that, man. Like the haters. They go out there, they trash you when you lose, but he's only 22 years old. Pagara's only 22, so he still has a huge future ahead of him. Pacquiao got knocked out. I forgot how old Pacquiao got knocked out at, but a lot of the great ones lose, and this could be the turning point for him, and this could turn him into a workhorse machine and just turn his game up and start murking fools. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Pagara, he could still rebound from this. Definitely a huge learning lesson for him. A huge lesson for him. He just needs to, not just rely mostly on his boxing, but he just has to use his ring generalship. He has to be smart. He has to control the fight. If you have power and length, definitely Pagara has a lot of power. With his knockout ratio. Pagara has power. You need to push Juarez back. Juarez doesn't fight going backward. Juarez doesn't like going backward. Juarez just likes going forward, brawling, likes making you feel uncomfortable in the pocket. He's that type of fighter. So, Pagara just needs to learn. He just needs to increase his boxing IQ, and I think he'll be, he'll do well in boxing if he just improves those things. So I wouldn't write Pagara off saying he's like a AJ Banal or a Boom Boom Bautista or Bernabe Concepcion or Ciso Morales. He could still bounce back from this. 22 years old, and that's another thing that kind of reminds me of a lot of these people just write you off after you get knocked out. Just like AJ Banal, Boom Boom Bautista, all those. Man, you can't let that knockout deteriorate your mentality. You have to bounce back from this, and you could climb your way back up. It's gonna be hard, but it's still possible, and people should not give up. Look at what's his name, Marvin Sonsona. He got knocked out by Wilfredo Vasquez, and he was able. Sure, he had a layoff and some weird drama, but he was able to come back and was able to beat Wilfredo and take the and take it back to him. Was able to get that revenge. So it's still possible to come back from these things. It's just you have to be smart next time around. And I know the people at Ala Boxing, they're good peoples, and they can fix you. So I have faith in Ala Promotions and Ala Boxing to able to fix their fighters. So that's basically what I wanted to speak on the Pagara Juarez fight. Juarez is definitely a beast. You have to give him much props for what he did in the ring. He just played his game plan. Was able to trap Pagara on the ropes. So much respect to Cesar Juarez. That's boxing. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, definitely, it was a great show. Definitely, I would love to see a lot more Filipino cards here in the Bay Area. This is the, Filipino Central over here. You have Daly City, San Francisco, San Jose, a bunch of Filipinos here. So definitely a fun place to hold a boxing event tailored for Filipinos. So yeah, I'd love to see another one. There's still a lot of Filipino prospects out there. Saying Mark Magsayo. He has a big fight coming up in September. Yeah, we still have some prospects out there, and don't count out Nonino Donaire. Still making splashes in the division, and Mercito Hesta. He's still out there. He recently hooked up with Freddie Roach. So Filipino fighters, they can still come back from this. There will never be another Pacquiao. Never. Pacquiao is a once-in-a-lifetime figure. Someone going up so many weight classes and just beating all these champions, beating all these fighters. Once in a lifetime. So don't ever compare yourself to Manny Pacquiao or compare other fighters to Manny Pacquiao. I know it's inevitable, but you should not think that way. Just like, comparing other basketball players to Michael Jordan and whatnot. It just not only do you feel demoralized after realizing that you can't even come close to his thing, but you have to be different from him. You have to build your own legacy. And when people are saying, "Oh, who's the next Pacquiao? Who's the next Pacquiao?" You shouldn't label people the next Pacquiao, because it would get to the head of these fighters, and they just want to go out there and just show off, or go out there and just put on a show, and not realizing it's all the hard work, determination and stuff that creates the champions from the start, and not just the hype. So that's that for this quick little thingy-majingy of what I'm doing. I don't even know what this is called. Probably just my reaction to Pagara Juarez. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching all the videos here on PhilippineNews.com. I do my best to entertain you guys. Make sure you subscribe. I don't know if you haven't already. And follow me on Twitter at Esguerra. I talk boxing. If anyone wants to talk boxing, I keep you guys covered. If I get some personal breaking news or just basic commentary from me. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. And also Instagram. Add me on Instagram at Esguerra. I'm more active there on Instagram, but I definitely love talking boxing. I love covering boxing. So just hit me up if you guys need anything. Any more last notes or anything else? That's it. That is all that I have. Thank you guys for watching again. See you guys in the next one. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.